Hello and welcome to Brilliant POV. Step right up and let's explore the hauntingly realistic possibility of a third world war in 2023. In a world plagued by political upheaval and shifting power dynamics, it's time to face the facts. The specter of global conflict is no longer a distant dream. Today, we'll take a deep dive into the epicenters of tension, where the fuse of war could be lit and the world would be forever changed. From the smoldering ashes of the Ukrainian conflict, to the volatile unpredictability on the Korean Peninsula, to the mounting pressure between Taiwan and China, it's time to pay attention to the warning signs. So, get ready to be transported to the front lines of a potential global catastrophe as we delve into the emotionally charged and unique circumstances that could spark the fire of a third world war. Ukraine, the time bomb ticking in Europe. The conflict in Ukraine has been a thorn in the side of international relations for several years now. Despite a recent lull in the fighting, the risk of escalation is still high. Moscow's inability to make headway in Ukraine might lead to increased instability within the Putin government, making it more likely that Moscow will consider dangerous military options. Meanwhile, Kyiv might also take steps to break the stalemate if it feels it can no longer continue the war. The possibility of NATO involvement remains low, but the use of nuclear weapons by Russia can never be completely ruled out. The Biden administration and its European allies are doing their best to avoid escalation, but the final outcome will depend on the actions of both Kyiv and Moscow. Taiwan, the ticking time bomb in the Pacific. Cross-strait tensions between Taiwan and China have recently shown some signs of de-escalation, but the situation remains tense. The Biden administration's strong stance on the defense of Taiwan, along with actions such as Speaker Nancy Pelosi's recent visit to Taipei, carry the risk of triggering a Chinese military response. However, any preparations for conflict by China would be noticeable, giving the world ample warning. A conflict involving Taiwan would likely draw on the United States and Japan, escalating into a great power war. The Korean Peninsula, the impatient neighbors. Tensions between North and South Korea have been steadily rising in recent months, with North Korean provocations inciting aggressive responses from the South. The root cause of the conflict lies in North Korea's frustration that the world doesn't take its nuclear capabilities seriously and South Korea's impatience with its neighbors' antics. Historically, these tensions have been kept in check by the Cold War and the post-Cold War liberal international order, but as the latter phrase, it's becoming increasingly likely that a conflict could break out. In the event of war, the Korean Peninsula could see devastating consequences, with conventional and nuclear weapons wreaking havoc on both sides. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.